Good. I need help. Well, my expedition needs help. We were trying to recover an artifact from the Lucent Citadel, but we were attacked. I don't know who else survived. I just ran through a portal and wound up here. It's an ancient Daedric fortress buried in the sands of Fargrave. We thought we were the only ones there, but we were wrong. Nelatai would know. Nothing escapes her notice. If you think you can help us, please find her. She's wealthy and doesn't care for mortal currency, so I know she'd make it worth your while. Please say you'll go. If you have any friends, you might...
Fight for the wheel!
Now you hear about the job. What aren't we offering at this point? Excellent. If you think you're ready, then off you...
So that's it, Corvus? People are dying, and you turn a blind eye because you're busy?
I wouldn't expect a deserter and a thief to understand the Legion's duties. Look after yourself, Hook.
Well, I suppose you saw that. It's been 20 years, and Sergeant Corvus is still a stuck-up Colovian prig. 2 lives cut short. But we were deserters, so he thinks we got what we deserved. Almo and Regnir. Comrades in my Legion days, then fellow outlaws after. We called ourselves the Scarlets. Sorry, the name's Hook. Back when the Gold Road was rich, I led the gang. But we got caught. Did our time. We're not thieves anymore. If I get what's coming to me, so be it. The price of being a thief. But we left that life years ago. The other Scarlets don't deserve to die. Can you help me gather the crew? I think we'll get along, friend. Here, let me mark your map. I know where you can find 3 of the surviving Scarlets. Big Fallen Knives, and Valenia. Tell them to go to the Skingrad Outlaws Refuge. I'll be waiting there. Right. I'm not exactly sure how many of us are left. Big Fallen Knives, and Valenia are the only ones I've been able to track down so far. Big our chaplain, and a poet too. She penned the words to our one rule. She could have settled down in a temple, but we needed someone who could bust down doors. Heard she had some trouble to deal with out at Varen's Watch. Not much to say about Knives. He was half in the bottle back in our Legion days, and crawled all the way in after we served our time. But I'd rather have him chugging than thieving, I guess. Last I heard, he was in Ontus. Ah, Valenia. There were times I wondered why she chose a thief's life. She had family back in Valenwood. Could have gone home any time, but I was grateful she stayed with us. She's in Vashabar now. Oh, forget it. Nothing, I suppose. Just daydreaming. Valenia and I were close once. Enough of that. That was 20 years ago. There are lives in danger today. Valenia's life, too. We should focus on that. Thief, highwayman, brigand, outlaw. I'd be richer than Count Calantius if I had a gold piece for every name they gave us. That's not who the Scarlets are anymore. We were pressed into joining Emperor Morikar's invasion of Western Skyrim. Damn foolish thing. No surprise he's not here anymore. We barely survived. And when we finally straggled home, there was nothing left for us. Aye, no different than abandoning a ship when it sinks. We Scarlets are survivors, and that's what we did. Took a lesson from Morikar's Reachmen. They stole to keep their bellies full, so we did too. Everything but lives. The Scarlets had a rule. Take from those who can spare some. Take nothing from any that can't be undone. Hard times never seem to touch the fortunes of the rich. Still the same today, I reckon.
What's a jumped-up alligator gotta do to get a drink around here? My scales are dry enough to make a Vishkalil blush, and the barkeep says I can't afford the good stuff. Spare a coin so a self-loathing wretch can drink himself into oblivion? But let them try. You said Hook told you about this killer. He must be lonely. We agreed to split up for good after everything that happened. Now he wants us back? Our last job, the one we got sent to prison for, he didn't tell you? We got greedy after living off caravans. Hook scouts a vineyard, the Kylum estate. Says the family's traveling. A quick smash and grab, no one gets hurt. The family caught us. We made a break for it and people got hurt. Thanks for ruining what's left of my bottle. I'll take my chances here. Besides, with my tab, I'd lose my tail if I tried to run off to Skinkrat. If you part with your coin for me, I'll follow you anywhere. Really? It's a healthy amount of gold. Well, well. Aren't you a generous soul? I'd play a song for you from my Vosa Sattel, but I bartered it for, well, you know. I'll amble over that way, sure. Hook can buy me a round or two for my trouble. Of course, if there's really a killer on my tail, and they see me wobbling on the road, I'll just hide in some tall grass. Safe from what? A mysterious murderer? Who's to say whether Hook is jumping his shadows? I'm sorry some old comrades are dead, but thieves die every day. If it's my time, it's my time.
Once, whisper to me the secrets of the green.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
Yeah!
Lost. We make this trip every year.
Give me a moment to get my bearings. This wouldn't have happened if we weren't debating.
This is kind of nice, actually.
Dogs eat again. Meat.
Narain needs to learn to hunt. You know it's time, Regamore.
She will, but not from you.
Who's that stranger?
I knew it! Trouble follows you again, Mother. Lorraine, to me.
This is
now.
not a good time, stranger. If you have business with me, make it quick. Oh. Oh no. Someone is hunting the Scarlets. It's just as my son feared. My past has caught up to me again. I should have known it when I found the note on my doorstep. The note said an old friend wanted me to meet them in the woods to the west. I don't have any old friends. I threw it away. But if what you say is true, it might be the killer waiting for me. I need to get Narain and my son away from here. Oh, it's only you. I convinced Regamore to take Narain and return to Marbrook. He didn't need much persuading, so long as I promised to stay away until I was sure it would be safe. I suppose it's for the best. Was anyone waiting in the woods? A spyglass? They were watching me and my family. A family I barely even know myself. I should have known someone with a past like mine doesn't get to retire and watch their grandchildren grow up. I'll have to. If something happened to my family on my account, I couldn't live with it. I have to face my past, the years in prison, Calum Vineyard, the fire, all of it. But I haven't even spoken to Hook since... Never mind. The night before we hit the Calum Vineyard, Hook was supposed to return for a second scout before we broke in, an extra precaution. Instead, he wanted to meet that night to talk about... us. We were, but I was married. He urged me to leave the Scarlets after we split the Vineyard prize, go back to my family. But I loved the thrill of it all. Prison changed that. By the time I got out, I wanted nothing to do with the Scarlets. I'll need some time to make arrangements in case I don't come back. But I'll be there. For the others and for my family. I promise.
Stendarr, give me the patience to wait out this misguided scoundrel. Akatosh, take me, but I grow tired of waiting. I do not know you. Is there something you need, stranger? I can't. The Eight watch over us. After all this time, Scarlet's murdered. Of course I'll meet with Hook, but I can't leave yet. I'm stuck here until my quarry shows his head. I was penning some verses when a pickpocket stole a ring right off my finger. Now he's holed up in Varen's watch. I would go in after him, but I sense something impure lurking inside. And I'm not the orc I used to be. The Imperial Legion gave me that ring back when I served as a proud member of the Scarlets. It ordained me as chaplain of the squad. It's not that simple. Or perhaps it is. You're right. The ring is just an object. My faith and the choices I make are the only things that matter, and right now, my friends need me. I'll meet with Hook as you ask, although I don't have much reason to enter the Outlaw's Refuge these days. May the Eight know my honest intentions. It's been a long time since I did anything adventurous, but I still recall my Legion training. And I trust the Divines will see that I have safe passage. May Stendarr watch over you, friend.
I know. The law won't forget our mistakes, but this time we do the right thing. We can catch this coward together. Good timing, friend. Come, let's give the others some space. Good, you're back. My old comrades showed up shortly before you did. Thank you for getting them here. We all came to an understanding. If the law won't deal with whoever's killing the Scarlets, the job falls to us. There are a few souls down here who owe me favors. They keep their ears to the ground. If anyone hears a whisper about this murderer, we'll know. In the meantime, I have another job for you. There's a Scarlet I need you to chase down. Naku, the squad's sapper. He was a hard one to track down, so I focused on him while you were out bringing these three to roost. It was pure luck I found him at all. Overheard a drunk prospector at the tavern yell his name. Back wallowing in the dirt just like the old days. He's prospecting down south of the city at some played-out mine. Seems Naku isn't quite so sure the place is done. Always was an optimist. Anyway, we need him here. Naku's as stubborn as a stump, but if you got knives to part with his drink, however briefly, and come here, then this shouldn't be too hard. We'll keep looking for leads on the murderer while you're gone. I don't relish telling that particular story, but I suppose you deserve to know. It's not like the people of Skingrad are about to forget it. The Scarlets were a squad in the Imperial Legion, irregulars for scouting and odd work. When the Longhouse Emperor was defeated at Solitude, he punished legionaries who dared to come home alive. We deserted to escape the noose. That made us outlaws. Not at first. We came back to West Weald thinking we'd be mercenaries, but Morikar's orders made it hard. We got hungry, and there were easy pickings on the Gold Road day in and day out. That fed us. Then we got greedy. We decided one big score from one of the finest winemakers in Westweald would see us through. Kylum Vineyard. I scouted the place to make sure no one was around. We snuck in, but the master had come home early. It was so fast. Master Kylum came downstairs, his wife behind him with a little lad in her arms. In the commotion, someone knocked over a candelabra. The room was aflame in an instant. It was like a door to oblivion itself. I don't know how. The whole house caught fire. They said in Skingrad it was like seeing dawn at midnight. The guards came quickly. We were waiting, you see, waiting for the master and his family to make it out. They never did. She did. Well, it's an embarrassing memory for the both of us. And one of my more selfish mistakes. If I had done my second check, maybe everyone would still be alive. I deserved to go to prison for what I did.
Good find, cohort.
I pray you aren't another rogue come to take what's left.
Naku did not know you were there. None of us did.
That's no excuse. I almost envy you, Scarlet. Today you have a chance to pay for all your mistakes. You, over there, the helper. The Scarlets don't deserve your protection. Leave them to their fate. This is my final warning.
take what's left.
Jobs for hire.
Legion job. Available here.
These notes. It's like the killer knew how to get under each skull. You're back! But where's Naku? Damn it all. The bastard got another one of us. Who's behind this? Why are they doing... I can't believe it. He survived. But this marking... No, there's no mistake. It all points back to my last bloody mistake. Kylam Vineyard. The family wasn't supposed to be home. There was a struggle, a fire. We got out, but they didn't. Markan Kylam, the master of the manor. I thought he died in the fire. I'd give anything to go back to that day. But some things cannot be undone. Vengeance won't bring back Markan's family. We have to go to Kylam Vineyard and end this. Kylam Vineyard isn't much more than a ruin these days. But everything goes back to that place, that night. I have a feeling Markan Kylam is waiting for us there. We can't hide down here forever. Now we know how Markan Kylam operates. He lures out his victims and strikes when they're alone. We won't give him that chance again. Besides, I call.
It's so desolate. How much of this is our doing?
Don't lose focus. Val, knives, Big Erm, search the far side of the vineyard for signs of Markan Kylam. I'll take this side with our friend.
Keep safe, everyone. May the divines watch.
That's melted silver. This is where the house stood. One knocked over candlestick, and this is all that's left.
Let it sit
Headstones.
with you. Novel
They're in good
erudition
condition.
always makes me happy.
Someone has been maintaining them.
We can use this.
I think someone's been using this grate to get in and out, but it's locked from the inside. might lead to the cellar of the house. I think the headstones and the locked sewer grate confirm what we expected to find. Markan Kylum spends a lot of time here. But I can't see him living in the ruins of the house. There's just nothing left. Below ground, I'd wager. In its prime, a vineyard like this would have had huge cellars for storing the wine until it matured. Some of those cellars must have survived the fire. That's where... I won't lie. I came here to kill him. For Almo and Regnir, for Naku, to protect Val and the others. But now, I doubt we can get to the cellars through the sewer gate. It's locked from the other side. But we should be able to find an entrance somewhere near the ruins of the main house. I don't know if we can spare the time. Each moment we delay is another...
Kylum has Val. She's been taken.
It's my fault. I said we should split up. Cover more ground. No one... I know that smell. There's brandy in these casks.
Are you certain you aren't smelling your own breath, Knives?
Quiet! I hear them. This way. Locked. Big Erm, you know what to do. The rest of you, search for anything that might be of use.
Done! But I think I got too excited. My shoulder is busted.
Fallen not. There they are. No sudden movements, friend. We need a plan. Kylum hasn't killed her yet, thank the Eight. But I have a feeling he's just waiting for an audience. Well, I'm not going to lose any more Scarlets. I know how to get her away from him. He's on edge, ready to lash out. It's how I felt after learning my old comrades were being killed. Only worse. Approach Kylum carefully. Get him talking about it.
You again? You're the one I saw in Firelight Cave. Why do you involve yourself with scum like the Scarlets? Surely you must know what they did, what they took. You're just here to talk? Every word I speak splits these scars again. And yet the pain of my burns pales in comparison to that in my heart. This is for them. You dare ask me about my son? You think I hesitate? No, no, no! After all these miserable years, this waiting, I've only lived for this moment! What? No! You cannot deny my vengeance! You wanted my riches? Take them to your graves!
The exit is blocked. We're trapped.
There, the sewer grate. We can get out that way. I hoped things could have ended differently with Markan.
I can't believe...
But we're all safe. Sorry to put you through that, but Kylum never would have paused to listen to me. and I wouldn't have blamed him. I hoped we could make amends somehow. I guess it wasn't meant to work out that way. I hoped to tell Kylam how sorry I am. To let him... I believe each of us has been hurting in our own way for years now. But coming back together, even in these circumstances, it's helped us. We agreed to sit down and talk through our regrets if we all made it. But after that, I think we each have our next chapters planned. This time, with direction.
Friends, we should remember the Scarlets who aren't here, before we go our separate ways again.
I have places to be, but they can wait.